Hello, my name is Aaron Thomas. I am the owner and founder of Emo Inc. E equals energy, Mo equals motion. When you put energy and motion together, you got motivation. This presentation is to see if you would like to join the Emo Inc. family in helping break the chains and unlocking the social ills that are killing Native American and First Nations people. In a recent article by the Seattle Times newspaper early May, there was a headline news that talked about the fact that tribes are fighting suicide, and which is a leading killer of Native youth. Suicide, according to this article, stalks Indian country, claiming more lives of Native youth than those in any other population, not only in Washington State, but nationally. The State Department of Health released some statistics this month that show that Washington State, the rate of suicide among Native youth from 10 to 24 years of age was more than double the rate of other ethnic groups. Now, we know that for a long time, Native Americans have been fighting genocide in various forms, whether it's depression or just straight anger. And for whatever reasons, they take out their anger through addiction. Many folks decide to take up alcohol or drug abuse. They decide to commit suicide. They drop out of high school or have pregnancy at a young age. My company, Emo Inc., is designed to work through that and to try to figure out how we can try to get folks to strive to assist them to become and maximize their potential, whether their personal or their professional potential. That's our mission statement. And we'd like to see if you'd like to continue that and be a partner with us here on this journey. Now, how are we trying to do this? Now, again, this presentation that I'm giving you is a little bit different than you would see in some presentations. I purposefully left some certain things out. I purposely placed the words on the screen for your review purposefully. We have what we call edutainment. It's education through entertainment, and at this point we are in the point of trying to provide edutainment through live entertainment. Imagine a 1.5 hour presentation outdoors where there's a humongous big gigantic screen with a humongous stage and lights and pyro, and on the stage are motivational speakers who are directly speaking to our target market. We would have cultural song and dance for tribes. We would also have acting and role playing. There would be a variety of different ways to keep your senses peaked, whether it's sight, sound, or and smell. Our job is to try to keep you thoroughly entertained and educating you through this live entertainment. After the 1.5 hour free, mind you, free presentation, we would give our users, our participants, the ability to go to our website, emoinc.org, and be able to find themselves a journey coach who is also a free service to be able to start their journey and to maximize their potential. There will be a variety of ways of doing that through watching a small presentation, 2-minute YouTube videos, to answering surveys and questionnaires, to trying to log a lot of this information down so that by the end of their journey or the beginning of another journey, they would create their life story. And these life stories would help Emo Inc. with marketing efforts in the future and a variety of other ways to try to showcase what we do and how we're helping our target market. Currently, the competition is national and globally. Excuse me. And Joel Osteen is of course, a lot of folks know who he is. Joyce Meyer is another one. Both of these folks are very good at what they do, motivating, speaking through the use of the Bible. They're very much with the Christian faith, but they don't specifically target a Native American group. There are also regional Native American companies who offer services to tribal governments. So since there are no major players and there are no barriers to entry, and no national companies who offer this service. This sets Emo Inc. up to hopefully dominate this market. And again, we want to see if you want to join us in this opportunity. Now, who are our target market? Emo Inc.'s target market is a 14 to 35-year-old Native American and First Nations Canadian tribal member. This market is considered a growing market due to the many children that are being born, especially parents becoming younger in this demographic. Now, according to a 2010 U.S. Census, there are over 1.8 million Native Americans in the United States and 700,000 that are 13 to 55 years old. And according to Census Canada, there are 1.4 million Native Americans that are up there. Now, Native Americans in the United States will grow about 2% over the next 5 years and 3% First Nations during that same period. Now, for those who are 21 and over, their average salaries range from $20,000 to $50,000 as many work for tribal governments and tribal casinos. The one thing before I move on is that this market is very tech savvy, and they enjoy getting their news and updates via social media such as Facebook and YouTube. Excuse me. Now, during the next 5 years, the performance and creative artist industry, the revenue forecast is to increase a moderate 1.3% into 2017, but look at how much money it is per year in this industry, $28.9 billion that is a part of this pie that we could capture, that we will capture in the upcoming years. Now, the company itself is founded by me. I have a general administration staff that I'm proposing. There'd be a director of marketing and a chief financial officer who would help me with the day-to-day operations. Now, the big key to all this isn't just because of the on-stage speakers that we'll have that are going to be very fluent in being able to motivate folks, but in adrenaline sellers as well who will also pump people up. But it's going to be the Emo Inc. Advisory Board. Now, these are a group of individuals who are elders, who are within the 14 to 55-year-old market, who will advise us as we go along. We can have an annual retreat with them, and we can share with them how things are going. And their job is to advise us on ways that we can improve our product as we go along. I think that's going to be a big step. Training and monitoring of the training is going to be another big key. We call it the Emo way. And being able to build trust and fairness within our internal organization is only going to help us as we try to build trust and fairness with folks that are outside the organization, those that are trying to participate with us. The market value. One of the main buyers of our is through sponsorship, and we're going to be looking towards tribal nations with their tribal casinos, especially a $35 billion a year industry to help sponsor our business. Whether or not they want to pitch in $10,000 a year or up to $500,000 a year, depending on their level of need, we would be there to ask them for their level of sponsorship. We'll also be looking to the federal government through the Department of Health and Human Services to be able to also provide that funding for us. $200 million annually goes towards tribal communities, and we would be looking to capture some of that in securing funding. The Obama administration did a good job of looking at individual donors, and we would do the same thing through Emo Inc., being able to ask if folks would want to pitch in $20, $50, whatever amount of money that they would like to help curb suicides of Native Americans and to try to help Native Americans reach their 100% potential as much as they can. And then there's the folks like you who own their own businesses or that would like to be a huge contributor financially. We would open this up to you guys as well to pitch in and to be part of our our business. So the financials are pretty simple. In looking at your book of information that you've got in front of you, you can look and see that after the 4th month of operations, we would be breaking even. And a lot of that is due to the fact that we are going to be securing a lot of funding through tribes that have casinos that would like to be a part of this, that they understand the need. The Department of Health and Human Services money, the individual donors, will be doing a lot of this before we began our first month of operations. And so again, this is going to be a perfect opportunity for you as an investor to begin getting your money's worth, or your valuable time and money going back out to you after the fourth month of the first year of operations. Now, of course, there's several risks that we have, and we need to identify them. We've got competitive risk. Of course, we believe that there's a small percentage of competitive risk that happens here, mainly because of the fact that there's not a lot of national or global folks that are talking to this target market that we're looking at. There's product risks. What if our messages don't work with the target market? Maybe they hear what we have to say and it's not motivating them, or they're not logging onto our website, excuse me, or they're not doing anything like that. We would again be looking at the advisory committee to help us with that. There's execution risk, of course. If we don't execute, myself, I'm come from a long line of credentials that I know I do fulfill every plan that's in front of me, and I will do this to my 100% ability. Finally, the global risk, of course. You never know with the world economy what it's going to do, but of course various pundits out in the financial sector have all claimed that the world economy is starting to get better. You never know with terrorism and other things like that that could happen, but at this point, I don't see that as being a big risk. And again, the Canadian economy is also very strong, so going up to Canada and assisting them up there is not going to be too big of a risk as well. So in summary, we are looking for folks that are interested in joining the Emo Inc. family. We would include you if you would like to. Please call me. My contact information is in my business plan that's in front of you, and it's been an absolute joy to present this quick 13-14 minute presentation to you at this time. And on behalf of my family, the Emo Inc. family, I raise my hand to you and say Heichka CM, Halhetten Senetsnat, Heichka.